Welcome to Nerdschatting, movie, TV, comic chat. Thanks for tuning in.
Do you think we should put change our Twitter handle to Nerdschatting and then in parentheses movie, TV, comic chat?
No.
I think I'm going to disagree with you and do it anyway, and then not tell you, and then everything will be fine anyway.
We have started, haven't we?
Yeah,
Brilliant.
we have.
That's
That's definitely going in there, yeah. Welcome, everybody, to the Nerdschatting podcast. My name is Nathan, and with me, as ever, are my very good friends, Ben and JB. Hello, boys.
Hello.
Hello.
You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. How long can we do that for?
It's such a...
I think we've stopped already.
Yeah. It's a beautiful day outside today. It really is. We've got the window open, so you might hear some twitter of birds. It's lovely,
There's
isn't
another
it?
birdie chattering outside.
Yeah.
I didn't actually listen back to last week's show, so I didn't actually hear if you could hear the bird.
Right.
Because I know there was a bird last week as well, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
there was, yeah.
What type of bird was it? Do we know?
Not sure, but if I listen back, I'll probably be able to do it on my bird app, because I've got a British Birds app that plays me songs.
This is a very interesting story, actually. Once, there was a very unusual bird making a noise outside my kitchen window.
I
It was early on a
know,
weekend
I
morning.
know what he's going to be saying now.
And I was like, oh, I've not heard that bird sound before. I know that Nate is a bird
Twitcher.
enthusiast.
Twitcher. That's
But-
what it's called.
I prefer bird nerd, but okay.
Bird nerd is fine.
He's a Twitcher.
So I said, I recorded it on my app on my phone, my voice memo app, and sent it to Nate. And he came back within 5 minutes and said, I think it's this. In fact, I'm going to back myself and say it's this. I can't remember what it was.
It was a great tip.
And that's a cool... it was a great tip.
It was a great tip, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They have a really beautiful song. This is not movie, TV, comic chat.
It isn't, but interestingly, in Australia, they've got a parrot called a 28.
Oh, what?
It's just called a 28. 28, mate.
That's great.
Yeah, there we go.
Do you know that as a bird
No,
nerd?
I didn't know, no. I'm a British bird nerd, I'd
Call
say.
yourself a bird nerd?
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, going back to the podcast...
yeah, what are we here for?
yeah. We're Nerds Chatting, and generally speaking, we normally talk about movies and TV shows and comic books and all things nerdy. I suppose bird nerd could come under the all things nerdy, maybe?
Yeah, I think
It's a very specific section.
Yeah.
Subsection.
So we're going to be talking about some broken news. We'll be talking about some stuff we've seen. And then the topic for this week, there's been a piece of news about Star Wars, particularly Star Wars TV show. And we wanted to we've asked you, the listeners, to give us questions that we can answer. But also Deadpool's out. Deadpool 2 is out this week. In fact, I think it's out today.
It's today. In
Yeah.
fact, I think people are seeing it as we speak.
Yeah. We're seeing it on Saturday, I think.
Yeah, I got a bit of a problem with Saturday. It's my youngest daughter's birthday.
Ah.
So I'm going to see what I can do. I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. Are you seeing it?
well, I'm away this weekend, so no.
That's a no then.
That's a no then. Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm away on Friday.
So you're going to have to see it this week sometime? Should we discuss this
Yeah,
when we're not
yeah,
recording?
yeah,
Anyway,
absolutely.
so let's do some broken news, shall we?
Broken news.
So this is broken news. It's so old, it's not breaking, it's already broken. Very sad at the top. Very, very sad. Margot Kidder has passed away. 69. She was only 69. That is... Last night at dinner, I said to the Italian, I said, Margot Robbie's died. And her mouth dropped and went, what, she's really young. Like, what? And I was like, oh yeah, no, wait. Got it wrong. I meant Margot Kidder. And then when I looked it up, I thought, 69... She's really young as well. That is not old enough for Margot Kidder to die.
Same age as Carrie Fisher was when she died as well.
Let's back ourselves and say yes.
Yeah.
Ben's normally pretty good at this.
He is pretty good at this.
It's
stuff,
really
isn't he?
sad.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Have they announced what she died of? I think that's been
No,
said,
but I don't think. I'm pretty sure that she spent a period of years living as a homeless person in America, because I think she may have had some mental health issues.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm sure it's probably sort of all
Right,
linked to
some links
that.
there.
It could be a cancer that came up or something like that. But whatever it is, it's very, very
So
sad.
apparently she was good friends with Christopher Reeve, like all the way up until he died.
Yeah,
2004.
yeah.
They were really close friends. There was some funny quote I thought was great. Like, you don't hang from a rope with someone for that many hours when you're filming and not become close friends, or something like that, because they had to do the scenes where they were flying together. And
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
And I think they were really close. And that's really, I don't know. There's something about that. It's kind of like, my cold dead heart.
Yeah,
It kind of
it beats a little
once or twice
bit. I think
has a
it's a
couple.
Superman.
Yeah,
It's related to
it's
Superman.
true. It's a good point.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. But
It's
it is-
really sad that she's gone,
Yeah.
and she was always my Lois Lane. She was the Lois Lane I knew growing up because those were the only Superman films. It was never Terry Hatcher for me. It was always Margot Robbie. It was never
Margot Kidder. So you did it as well.
I did
See,
it as well.
See?
My
Yeah.
goodness, yeah, Margot Kidder.
Yeah.
It was never Amy Adams, even though she is current Lois Lane. It was always Margot Kidder, not Robbie.
What's the name of the lady that was from Smallville? That played
Kira
her?
Krakanek or something?
No, she was. She
That's
was
Lana
Lana
Lang,
Lang.
I think.
Oh,
yeah,
should have
yeah.
been.
It was. Yeah, it was the other one. Yeah, I completely know who you mean.
Yep.
Can't remember her
Okay.
name.
No.
By the way,
Anyway,
Carrie
very
Fisher
sad.
was 60 when she very sadly passed
Of
away.
course she is, yeah.
So,
Remember,
yeah.
yeah. So should we move on to some stuff that's not quite so sad?
Yes. R.I.P. Margot Kidder.
Absolutely.
Done.
So the moment we finished recording last week, a trailer for The Predator was released. So that's our luck. Always. It's always, JB, I don't know if you know this, but in the history of this podcast, it's been, we'll record saying, oh, there's not much news this week. Go back to the office, start editing and go, new trailer.
Really?
Yeah,
Bad
every
planning.
time.
That's what I say.
I mean, yes.
yeah.
On the part of the people releasing trailers,
Thank
surely
you,
they
yes.
should know when we're about
Sure,
to
they
Yes.
should check in with our
Yeah,
schedule.
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Idiots. What idiots they
I think
are,
it's
yeah.
Absolute rudeness.
Yeah. So did you guys watch the Predator trailer?
Yes.
What did you think about the Predator trailer? Yeah, so it starts with this kid opening the box,
Yeah.
and then there's the ship that crash lands, and it's like how he's pretending to make it crash or fly.
I think he flips a switch, which for me probably the ship is just I don't know, just luckily flying past Earth, and then it sets off this beacon or
Yeah.
controls, and they're all asleep or something like
yeah,
that.
I don't think
Brings
he's
together-
actually flying it. I think it's
I
just
think
cut
it's
together
yeah,
well.
Yeah, I think so. I tell you what, I'm not interested in this.
You're
I
not.
didn't think this was a great trailer.
Oh,
I'm interested in the
boys.
movie, but I didn't think this was a great trailer.
No, I mean,
In my opinion.
all I've got is Predator, the original Predator, with Arnie
so, yeah, yeah.
and his group. Then also Predator 2 with Danny
Glover. Well, this is
and Gary Busey.
This is sort of a sequel to Predator 2, I believe, because although Predators is in the canon, the chronology still, Gary Busey's son is in this, playing Jake Busey, playing Gary Busey's character's son.
Right. So is he going to? Is do you think the Predator's going to be on safari?
Yeah, I do.
Got lion, tigers, bears,
yeah,
oh my.
very good.
Thank you very
very
much.
good.
Yeah.
Do you know who Gary Busey's son is?
Jake Busey.
Starship Troopers.
Yeah.
We didn't know that,
No, I
and we
didn't.
looked him up and was like, "Oh my god, Gary Busey's son was the guy from Starship Troopers."
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was going to be the squadron leader, and then he saw that guy get killed on the assault course,
And
was
he was like, "Nah."
I don't want it.
Yeah.
I don't want it."
But, like-
oh no, and then he froze in live combat as well,
That's
didn't
right.
he? Yeah.
And but once you know it, you can't unknow it, can you?
Yeah.
It's obviously Gary Busey's son.
Oh yeah, if you look at him,
They would definitely. you
they
know,
are
there's
cut
no,
from the exact same cloth.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no DNA testing.
No, yeah.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Gary Busey's just going, "Is he mine?" Yes, he's that. Yes, he's yours.
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
this just goes to prove how much the trailer didn't really ride with us very well. The fact that we're talking about Gary Busey's son.
Fair enough. Okay.
Did you like it, Nate?
I did like it, but I see what you're saying. There's not a lot of good Predator stuff in it. It's a very Shane Black trailer.
Yeah.
So Shane Black did Iron Man 3
Right.
and Nice Guys, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang,
Yep.
and was in Predator,
Right.
the initial one.
Was he?
He
Played
was.
Hawkins,
Did he?
Yeah, and
Is
so
that the one where
guy
he's-
with the glasses,
Yeah,
tries
when
to make
he's-
jokes all the time, never
Yeah.
really lands them.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute! He
on.
absolutely does with Jesse Ventura when he's looking up and firing up into the bird's nest thing. He goes, "Man, you're hit, you're bleeding," and Jesse Ventura
That wasn't
goes,
Hawkins.
"Oh, is that not the right one?"
That wasn't Hawkins.
Who's that then?
That was the other guy.
Well, he's the
that
one with
the-
glasses. Just come into the
No.
middle, man. You hit, you're bleeding. I ain't got no time to bleed.
I got no time, please.
Maybe you got time to duck then.
Yeah, so I think because Shane Black does that buddy cop
Right.
play off each other type thing, and so he's written this. Is he directing it as well? I think he's directing it as well. Yeah.
Back yourself.
The cast is great.
Oh, it's got. Is it Olivia?
Olivia
Munn?
Munn, yes.
Yeah, and there's one reason for watching.
yeah.
Big tick.
Big tick. Boyd.
You are such lads. That was.
I wasn't ladding that. I was checking
Poncho.
what you were saying.
Oh yeah.
That was Poncho, played by Richard Chavez.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh, so who's-
Go back and watch it, and then come back and apologise.
I will. Do you know what? I don't need to go back and watch it because I trust you, Ben.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you
Yeah.
go. See,
Yeah.
right now you two get your brains out the gutter. Stop talking about Olivia
Hey,
Munn.
No.
he said it, not me. Anyway, so Olivia Munn, she's a good actress. You've got Boyd Holbrook, who was in Logan, who thought was very good in Logan.
He was also in season 1 and 2 of Narcos, and he's great.
Yeah. You've still got Gary Busey's son, Jake Busey. There are some other people in it who are pretty good names.
Wasn't the chap from the first season of American Crime Story, the guy who played the prosecutor?
Yes.
I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he also cropped up in Black Panther recently.
Yes.
Save me, Nate. What's he called?
I can't remember, but yes, he's in it.
God.
Look, I think the film's going to be great, but I do think you're right, it wasn't a great trailer. I enjoyed the trailer, but there's not a lot of Predator, and there's a line like, they're evolving, they're mutated, there's something, I can't remember what the line is, but you don't really, do you know what I mean? They're changing, but you don't see it. You don't see it at all. It's just Predator and laser beams and...
I've just got Hawkins, I've just remembered. Is he the one in the helicopter when he talks about the my girlfriend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't.
No.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but I'm there, aren't I?
Yes, you
Thank
are there.
you.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Sterling K. Brown.
Yes.
Played Christopher Darden in American Crime Story.
And he was Black Panther. He was Killmonger's father in Black Panther.
Yes.
When we did the review, I said that he was incredible for what a tiny part he had.
Yes, absolutely, he was. Yeah.
So yeah, the Predator.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to watch it. I still don't think you will though, because I think you'll be scared.
Oh no, I'm well up for it.
Are you
well
into
up for it,
cinema
mate.
watch it?
Predators is
Will
great.
the Italian want to watch it with all the blood and guts and
Maybe not, but I'm
bodily matter spewing on the floor?
No, I'm super keen for it. Super keen. Predator is from childhood.
Could be a nerds chatting outing.
Yeah.
Which I thought Deadpool was. This is awkward. Can we move on?
Oh,
Do you want the next piece of broken news?
Yes, please.
So we know the next big movie in Marvel is Captain Marvel.
Yeah. You've given the game away.
Oh, I know.
now.
So we know Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming and Captain Marvel, but Kevin Feige was interviewed recently by the BBC, and he has said that after Captain Marvel has been established, they are categorically going to be doing some product, whether it's TV or film, for Ms. Marvel. Or Miss Marvel? I never know which it is.
I thought you said Miss Marple then.
Yeah, Miss Marple, the
lady detective.
Yeah, in the countryside.
That's right.
Yeah.
What you've written here in our notes, you've put you've spelt it as if
MS Marvel.
Someone was saying Ms. as in someone who is married, is no longer married, and is taken on. They're not a Miss anymore; they're a Ms. This is getting into English
But
sort of.
let me say how the Americans do it.
The
Americans do it.
Oh, the Americans do it as well. Okay.
Capital M, small s.
Is Ms. Not Miss.
They would say period.
Oh,
we
yeah.
say full stop. Marvel.
See, I always call her Miss Marvel. I don't call her Ms. Marvel.
But then that's my Englishness coming through, and I can't not read MS as Ms.
Sure.
But it's Miss Marvel.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Anyway,
matter. The point is,
Kamala Khan is going to be in the MCU.
So she's a young Muslim character who has, in the comics, she's an Inhuman.
Yes.
When you know about the Inhumans
Of course I
TV
do.
show.
And Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Marvel? Yeah,
Yeah,
Marvel.
yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah, you're right. You just gave us abbreviation.
You might just reboot yourself a little bit.
Can I reboot myself? Hang on a minute.
Yeah. So, this is fantastic, groundbreaking stuff for Marvel in that they're going to have a TV show or a movie, not sure which is going to be led by a teenage girl who is a Muslim, which is fantastic, PR for them. From comic book readers, it's like, well, yeah, why not?
Was it a big comic book?
Yeah, it's very popular.
Yeah.
Very popular.
Hugely popular.
Yeah.
Hugely
Her powers are
popular.
like stretchy type thing, can't she? She can make herself tall and
She
long.
can
and
embiggen herself.
Yeah.
A little bit like.
JP just gave it like real shock.
A little bit like
face.
Mr. Fantastic.
Big in herself.
Yeah.
Is that a word?
Go with it.
Is from The Simpsons. Where the
Bort.
noblest man can have the I can't remember.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. The founder of Springfield uses the word embiggen in some kind of famous phrase. Doesn't matter.
Do you ever die at Springfield?
Yeah, that's the chap. Yeah. But basically, no, she's got powers where she can make parts of herself large. She can make herself tall. She's very stretchy. She's really cool. I think she's a Pakistani
Maybe.
Muslim.
Yeah.
Sort of refugee from some kind of conflict.
If I show
that
you-
ended up living in America.
Picture. So she's made herself tall there, but also you can see like her fist is bigger than her other parts of her body, so she can embiggen parts of her body.
Her bracelets
literally.
were given to her by, I believe it's her grandmother, She's a fantastic
Great story.
character.
Great character.
It'll be the MCU will have a Muslim character in it who's also a superhero, which would be fantastic. I wonder though, I didn't even consider this other than a movie from when you just said in the MCU, but we don't know if it'll be a movie or a TV show.
Yeah.
I wonder if she'll be the breakout star of Disney streaming MCU TV show.
Maybe, yeah.
She'll be the one that they put. Do you know what? We're going to start off. It's not going to be a male superhero. It's going to be a female superhero and a Muslim female superhero, and it's going to be Miss Marvel.
And what a title to go with, because it's got Marvel in the title.
That would absolutely blow my socks off. It would be so cool. It would be unbelievable.
I hope Disney are listening, because Ben has just done it.
He's
for
done
you.
it for him, hasn't he? He's
You
written
don't
it for
need
him.
to pay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
millions of
amazing,
dollars.
though?
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Because
it'd be so
I
good.
also think that I love obviously comic book movies, but I tend to think that comic books lend themselves to a TV series a little bit more, even though I don't know if it's I don't know if it's necessarily. Tell me in a second. I don't know if it's necessarily one out so far in what's happened, but they are periodic and they are. Go on. What are you going to say? You can't hold back. Your legs are twitching. You get
Goodness
so
me.
excited.
So Netflix have the Defenders, yeah?
They do, yeah.
And it's in the MCU,
Ish.
sort of,
Yeah.
but it's not. If Marvel's new streaming service, or Disney's new streaming service, had Miss Marvel, what if they built out, what if they then introduced Miles Morales as Spider-Man,
Oh, yeah, I
and
know
then
what you're
did
doing, yeah,
Young
yeah.
Nova, and then did Young... or Totally Awesome Hulk,
yeah.
which is Amadeus Cho's Hulk, and then they did not the Defenders like Netflix did, but they did Champions. My God, I would absolutely die.
JB's not sure about this. I can tell. But
It's only because Ben's enthusiasm is making me slightly nervous.
yeah.
Oh my
So
I
it's-
don't know what he's
Ben
going
has
to do next.
described it perfectly. So it's a young person's team that teams up. So
Young
each of them have
Avengers?
it's Young Avengers essentially.
that's what I thought
There
it
is
was.
there is a Young Avengers, or there was a Young Avengers, and I think they've gone away now.
Can't remember.
You would have encountered some of them in the Civil War comic.
I think so.
Patriot was the young
I
black
think that's where it's
Captain
come
America.
from my brain.
Yeah. So Champions is kind of like the modern version of that, and they're very young teenage characters. Miles Morales is the replacement for Peter Parker.
Yes,
in the modern.
you told me
Yeah, I
that
told you
before,
about
I
Miles
think.
Morales.
No,
Yeah.
but it's not clicking.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
So I can see it.
after Civil War 2, which you'll get to,
What? Have you got that combo?
No.
Miss Marvel and I believe it was Miles Morales were part of the Avengers, and they were like, we don't agree with anything you're doing. We're going to go and do our own thing. And they created the Champions, and it's brilliant. It's the only Marvel comic I read now.
I think
Wow.
I haven't read it, but what I understand about it is it captures that essence of fun that comic books used to have.
Yeah.
Because it's teenagers or young kids in some spaces.
It's also got Vision in it as well, so you have the Vision's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
So it is,
Have you
it's
got
Young
Civil War
Avengers.
2?
I've got single issues. I'll dig them out later on.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
End of that
Sorry.
news? Are we excited by Miss Marvel?
I'm very excited, as you can tell.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No, yeah. It might be a movie, but
And everything I've just said could be absolute hogwash.
we know
who
that
knows?
after Phase 3 ends and Phase 4 of the MCU, we know they're going to start doing some different stuff, some interesting changes, and so this is absolutely the route to go down.
Yeah,
this is,
I
there's
agree.
no doubt about it. So. Right, next piece of news.
Sure.
Sticking with streaming services and comic book streaming
Or
services.
potentially comic book streaming.
Yeah. So a couple of weeks ago, we talked about the
Back
announcement.
yourself. We announced it, yeah. We broke that news.
on this podcast. Yeah, the DC Universe streaming service is coming.
And it's
others-
officially called the DC
DC Universe. Yeah.
Good.
And on that, there was things like Swamp Thing we talked about quite a lot.
Yeah.
Titans. Sorry, not Teen Titans.
Mm-hmm.
It was Titans. What are the other ones?
Harley
Quinn,
gonna
and then
have
there
one?
was a young.
I can't remember.
Can't remember.
It
either.
doesn't matter. Stuff's coming.
Yeah. Well, there's another one coming, been announced now. There's another show been announced, which is called Doom Patrol. Now, I'd only ever heard of Doom Patrol. I didn't really know what it is. But do you want me to read you the blurb?
Oh, please do.
Yes, because I have no idea what it is.
Okay, so
And
this,
I'm sure
this
I
is
should
definitely
know.
coming. And I have to say, the more I hear about the DC Universe, the more excited about it I am. I think the shows on it sound great. And I'm at this point, I'm ready to hand over my card details for this service.
Can I just
Wow.
ask, when is it going to be available in the UK? This service?
It will be. I'm not sure when.
Okay.
But so this is the Doom Patrol blurb. So Robot Man, Negative Man, Elastigirl, and Crazy Jane, led by modern day mad scientist Dr. Niles Calder, who's the chief, The Doom Patrol's members each suffered horrible accidents that gave them superhuman abilities, but also left them scarred and disfigured. Traumatised and downtrodden, the team found purpose through the Chief, who brought them together to investigate the weirdest phenomenon in existence, to protect the Earth from what they find. Part support group, part superhero team, the Doom Patrol is a band of superpowered freaks who fight for a world that wants nothing to do with them. Picking up after the events of Titans, Doom Patrol will find these reluctant heroes in a place they never expected to be.
That sounds interesting, actually.
Doesn't it?
I've got the list of shows if you want it.
Thank you, please.
So if it's Doom Patrol comes after Titans, so obviously Titans. Young Justice Outsiders.
It was Young Justice Outsiders.
Harley Quinn and Swamp Thing.
I'm so keen for all of these shows.
You're excited about this?
I really am. I think that what a great lineup of exciting, different, really. It's the thing that Marvel are going to be doing now and have started doing, taking some of their B-list or C-list or slightly unknowns and making them heroes or making them
core A-listers.
Yeah, and this is what this is doing.
Well, I was just thinking that DC seemed to do okay with their TV shows in comparison to Marvel, because Marvel have had some pants ones. The Inhumans was absolutely awful.
Oh, that's been officially cancelled this week.
Finally gone.
And there's a new one on Sci-Fi. What's that called?
Oh, you don't mean Krypton, do you? Because that's DC.
No, it's definitely
You
not that.
even mean Runaways?
Yes, I do mean that.
Yeah,
Benjamin.
Runaways.
There you go.
Apparently that's quite good.
I've heard that. I've also heard that the comic book is amazing.
Yeah, I've read Runaways.
A follower of ours on Twitter, King Bruno Baratheon, she has a friend who is so into Runaways, it is unbelievable. And she keeps on telling me we should read it. Apparently it's very, very good. Oh, I've got so much to read. But the show does look very, very good.
Right.
But I will agree with you. I do think that DC have found their
the smaller screen seems to work for them.
They seem to have got that licked, whereas Marvel is still.
I'm tapped in still
testing.
with Flash and Arrow.
Yeah.
I've only got Agents Marvel of Shield thing going on. So
Agents Marvel of Shield.
I'm having a terrible day today.
Yeah.
Hang on. I'm going to reboot James.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, what does that mean?
You're going to pull the plug. You're going to do a hard reboot on him. Yeah.
Yeah, not a soft reset.
No, a hard reboot.
If you hear,
Oh my gosh.
anyone being punched, it's me.
Yeah. At this point, do we tell the listeners that we all work in the IT department?
No,
If they haven't got that by now, they're so wrong.
Yeah. So, you guys interested in DCU?
Yes. I do think I want to wait and see what you think before I watch it, because I did that with Krypton, and you said, it's fine. So I was like, okay, that's probably not enough for me, so I'm not.
I haven't gone back to Krypton. I hear really good things about it, really good things, but I haven't gone back to it. I haven't had the space in my brain at the minute. I haven't even watched Westworld episodes 3 and 4 yet.
What?
Sorry.
I say what, but I didn't watch episode 4 last night.
I've-
But apparently,
I hear
it
great
is
things.
meant to be.
Yeah.
People were talking about that.
Save
episode
it.
about-
Yeah.
For Nerdscene, I didn't watch it either, but that's because I watched something else to mention in Nerdscene. So I haven't watched episode 4 yet.
So we all need to stop talking about
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Stop talking about it.
I've been picking up books a lot more at the minute. I'm in the reading mode.
Nice.
Yeah, nerd. Yeah. So next bit of news.
Sure.
So there was a first look from the Sci-Fi Channel for the TV show Deadly Class, which is being is it showrun or executive produced by the Russo brothers.
Yes.
They're pretty good at stuff, aren't they?
So you guys, tell me all about Deadly Class, please.
JP, you read your spiel.
Well, basically, I watched the trailer and I was kind of like, I thought it was basically a school for naughty boys or naughty people, and it's a little bit more than that because they're not just naughty. It basically says that it follows students enrolled in King's Dominion Atala of the Deadly Arts, a secret high school in San Francisco, as they train to become the next generation of top assassins for crime families across the globe. I wish I went to this school.
Yeah, nice, very cool.
Because I'd be badass.
Yeah,
I would really be. And do you know what? Now that I know that, I'm reading that. The trailer was for me. I was interested.
yeah, but I didn't really get it.
I didn't. Yeah, I was like, is this something out of Harry Potter?
Yeah,
I didn't know, like another older.
Something supernatural about it. Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But reading that, I think to myself, wow. Based on a novel.
Graphic novel.
Graphic novel,
I've
so-
read the first trade of Deadly Class. I didn't enjoy it as much as others have. I actually sold it to Jack, who used to be on this podcast a long, long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
I sold it to him because I was like, I've read it, it's fine, it's not for me, I'm not going to carry on reading anymore. I think there are about maybe 5 or 6 trades. I could be wrong.
Rick Remender, yeah.
It is Rick Remender, yeah.
I to and fro on his stuff.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the comic book has some really interesting things in there. There just wasn't enough for me to go, I need to know what happens next. I didn't really care what happened next because everything that was being presented to you on the page for the main characters in this book, which now I guess is going to be this show, no one was really very likable.
Right.
I didn't really like anyone. Right. They all were like jerks.
Right.
But I think that's a prerequisite to actually get into this school. You have to be kind of a jerk to become an assassin.
Yeah, you don't want to
yeah, it wasn't for me. However, I know that people love it.
So that concerns me for the show because I normally like to have someone likable in a show. I'm not one of these that will watch something necessarily where everyone in it is despicable. So I'm not sure that it's for me.
Shall I tell you what is interesting though?
What's
this
that?
is an Image comic series. So we've talked about on this show so far young Marvel characters, young DC characters, and now young Image characters. I'm telling you, Image are about to explode onto the scene. Some of their characters, we've already had some kick-ass stuff.
Is that the one that I really love, the dystopian future with the lady that can not be killed?
Lazarus.
Yeah!
That's the one. I've got all
that's
that to
Image,
read.
isn't it?
Yeah, that is Image. Yeah, that's going to be a show, I think.
I want Lazarus.
There's this very small comic book, very indie comic book called Invincible that's going to be made into a movie. Yeah, I'm telling you, Image are up next.
Cool.
They are up next.
Moving on?
Sure.
Just do it.
Last bit of news. Rick and Morty has been renewed for 70 episodes.
So I don't know how true this is. I believe it's true because it's been reported on CBR.com. And the official Twitter account for Justin Roiland had a picture drawn where it's like, I've got you for 70 more episodes, Morty. Morty's like, oh. So potentially, I think it's like 10 episodes a season, so that's potentially taking us up to season 10. However, I don't want to go into spoilers too much because you haven't seen season 3 yet.
Yeah.
It's potentially a joke that pays off in the very first episode right at the end of season 3.
Right.
So it might not be true. If it is true, great, because the fans are psyched. My son, when he heard this, literally hit the roof with excitement. But it could be bullshit. And it won't happen fast.
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Nothing.
Go on.
No, I was just going to wait for you to finish because there's a bit of news that I just remembered. That
Oh,
I think we
okay.
should talk
Okay.
about.
We'll talk about that.
Let's do it.
Yeah, because Rick and
okay.
Morty, I don't care until I've seen season 3, and I don't care about season 3 because everyone said it was great, and I'm being hipster about it, and it's the only thing I've ever been hipster about. I'm sure listeners will tell me that's not the only thing I've been hipster about.
That's not the only thing you've been hipster
Yeah,
about.
exactly. But I really, really loved it, and then suddenly everyone in the world thought it was amazing, and I'm like, I'll get around to it.
Season 3 had some of the most standout moments of Rick and Morty ever. However, its final episode was a little bit of a letdown for me. It wasn't really what I would expect of a final episode of that show. There you go.
JB,
final episode in the season.
What news you got?
I thought it was quite interesting. I watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And do you guys watch this?
I have jumped in and out of it, yes.
This is news. You
This
are right,
is very
JB.
good news.
Well remembered.
So this, I find this show absolutely hilarious. It's definitely recorded every week, and I try to watch it as soon as I can. But it was found out, basically Fox cancelled it.
Yeah.
And there was some uproar from various people, and then within 31 hours, NBC have picked this bad boy up.
Yeah.
Boom.
Do you think that was planned?
Yeah, of course.
Maybe, but who cares?
Yeah, it's
Do you know
interesting.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It is a funny show.
So does it... NBC is... No, ABC is part of Disney, isn't it?
Yeah.
NBC is something else.
It's another one of their core.
Yeah.
Like we have BBC 1, 2,
Yeah.
ITV, Channel 4 and Channel 5.
Yeah.
That's like our terrestrial TV channels.
Yes.
I think like ABC, NBC, CBS.
Fox.
No. I think Fox is cable.
Oh, right, okay.
Cable TV. So I think it's like one of their like 3 or 4.
Terrestrials.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, and PBS, I think. There you go.
My God.
Check me out.
He's a fountain of knowledge today.
I know, I hate that he knows so much.
Why?
It just winds me up.
I think it's that you feel a little bit intimidated by it.
Of course, everything I said could have just been utter bullshit.
But he's selling it.
I know, he really is, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
on tenterhooks every time he opens his mouth.
Nerdscene?
Let's.
Just to say, I don't actually watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so I'm happy it's been picked back up. I'm happy you're happy.
I'm happy.
But I don't watch the show. And I'm probably wrong with that, and I'd probably love it if I did.
If you want to like comic relief, it is brilliant. Just the one-liners in there.
One thing I will say
Captain
is
Hulk cracks me up.
I used to watch Scrubs and love Scrubs,
Yeah.
and when Scrubs was cancelled and then picked up by a different channel,
It wasn't the same.
it was never the same. So I just I don't want to bring you down, James, but
Well, you obviously have.
just temper
Yeah.
your enthusiasm
Selling.
with
He's-
that knowledge.
he's
Have
selling
you've
his
been speaking.
downers.
Do you know we were talking about last week when people were talking about stuff that they really liked, and then someone were bringing you down? That's what I feel like. Let's move on.
Oh,
No,
now I
it's too
feel
much.
really bad.
No, you don't. It'll pass in a minute.
Yeah,
Nerdscene.
suddenly it's past.
Nerdscene?
Nerdscene.
God, just trying to corral you two like cats.
Nerdscene.
So this is Nerdscene. I'm not going through it. It's
Okay.
stuff we've watched.
Right. Okay.
There we go.
Oh my
jumping
god,
on.
finally!
Oh, yeah, that's what this.
That's
I've
what this
got
is.
it.
Now you've got it. Yeah,
Why
yeah.
don't you just call it?
I
why don't you
know.
call this section stuff
Stuff
that
we've watched. I might do for the future. You saw BVS.
Yes, I did.
The extended cut.
Wow. I had a half an hour sitting on a Saturday morning because I had some time
You're not going to fit it in half an hour.
No.
to watch it, to just break it up through the day, and then on Saturday night I sat down and watched all of it and actually thought it was good. I
Oh,
thought
right,
was
yeah, it is.
brilliant. I don't know why they. I mean, I spoke to Nate about it, and he said that these were the bits that were missing,
Yeah.
and I was like, why on earth would you take them out?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And why would you release it with them out taken
Yeah,
out?
it would make no sense. I thought the film made loads of sense. Whether it should have been a Batman versus Superman title, I don't know. Because yes, there's the build up for the 8-minute battle, but then they come together and they take on Doomsday. He was scary.
Yeah, he was
Oh
cool.
mate, messed me up.
I think the reason that they cut the 30 minutes out of the movie when they released it in the theatres was a financial one.
Really?
They could get... Yeah, Nate's just explained this to me several times. Let me now try and explain it to you. I think it was done for financial reasons because they could get more showings out of a 2.5-hour film than they could out of a 3-hour film.
Right.
So if you think they've got 30 minutes to turn around a theatre, get it presentable again for the next audience coming in.
Yeah.
So if that's 3 hours. Whereas if it's a 3-hour film, it's actually 3.5 hours, and then it's 4 hours almost before the film starts between showings.
Well then,
So I think it was done for
write the
monetary
story better in the
reasons.
first place.
Well, you're right, and actually, that's a company not using big data because that's a shallow view. Oh, we can get more viewings in, but the depth of that scenario is that they harmed the critical response of the film, and therefore less people went to the more showings they could have.
Yeah. So if they put out the film that they should have put out, which is a 3-hour ultimate cut, well, that should have been the actual cut. Then they would have actually, it probably would have made more money and run even longer.
And I think your point about why they call it BVS, Batman vs Superman, I think DC seem to be doing this. They back themselves into a corner. So I know that the Flash movie has been titled Flashpoint for some time, and that's a storyline.
Yes.
But they've now said they're probably not going to do the Flashpoint storyline for the Flash movie.
Well, why wouldn't you do that?
So
That would piss me off because I know about it.
So the same thing happened. I think they announced that Batman versus Superman was happening, and then they started to develop it. And I could be wrong; they might have had it in place, but then they put a colon in the title, and it's called Dawn of Justice because it's basically a prequel to Justice League.
Yeah.
So the three movies sit together: Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League.
I must admit, I like the way that it interlinked with the Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I like the questions it posed. You know,
Yes.
Superman is saving lives, but actually
The
the
destruction,
devastation
yeah.
that's caused when he was fighting Zod. Then Batman dealing with his own type of justice.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's going against what Superman was doing. I thought Lex Luthor.
Lex is the worst bit about the movie.
Yeah, he is a bit of a twat,
Yeah.
a bit of a prick. I just think he's trying to play that egomaniac type of person, and it just doesn't work very well.
No.
What the film was, though, is it was a good way to bring Batman into this universe at this point in his life as a crime fighter, where he's got 20 years experience or 10 years experience, whatever it is. If this was brand new Batman just putting on the cowl for the first time, going up against the Man of Steel, he would have been wiped out in about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Because he knew stuff when he was Batman to start with, but he has his experience has obviously changed him as how he fights and how he reacts to situations. So it was a way to get Batman in as an experienced person.
I thought Ben Affleck was good.
Yeah, he's great.
Batman, because
Fantastic.
you see him as not that Christian Bale character of just finding himself and relatively younger. You know, you see him having to work hard to fight Superman, but that's actually probably more to move in his suit.
Yeah.
You know, he's he is setting things up with his smoke bombs. Then he's got his spear. And then I didn't really like the thing when he has Superman ready. He's going to just take him out. And he's like, "Save Martha!" It's just like, what?
Yeah, you're echoing pretty much what everyone said.
So,
like, Lex Luthor's a bit lame. Save Martha was, you could have written around that a bit better.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, the movie looks beautiful.
And
it's got a fantastic...
Batman fighting against the thugs in the warehouse.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Incredible, right?
Yeah, absolutely incredible. And I also like the fact that Superman is fighting Batman. Superman actually loses it because he gets pissed off. His hand is clenched. He's just like, I am probably now going to kill you. I mean, he didn't want to kill Zod really by breaking his neck. He wanted to sort something out. That's what I thought in the Man Steel. But he's just like, do you know what? You've pushed all my buttons now. I'm ready to unleash hell.
I wonder if inside Nate is struggling with the fact that did Batman really beat Superman, or was it a technical victory? What do you think, Nate?
He would have finished him. It was a Mortal Kombat finishing move. He was on the edge. All he needed to do was stab him with the Krypton spear. Game over.
Yeah.
Do you bleed? Yes, he's got a little cut on his face.
Yeah, that's true. Should we move on?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to be watching Justice League and Wonder Woman at some point soon, maybe?
I will definitely do that, yes.
So good. You also saw Pacific Rim.
Yeah, how crap's that?
The first one?
The first one. No, it's not. I enjoyed it because it's got big robots and big monsters.
You told me earlier that you when you were at uni, you watched quite a lot of Gundam.
Yeah, definitely. And it reminded me of that.
It's that all over, yeah.
And I really enjoyed it for that point. I thought the acting was pretty poor.
Yeah.
And I think, now don't quote me on this, but the father and son Australian crew, I think the young one used to be in EastEnders. I think he played a character in EastEnders.
I think you might be right.
I looked at him and I was like, really? It was watchable. I was able to do the ironing and have that on the background.
Oh yeah, it's totally that sort of film.
It's big dumb fun, right?
It was on ITV2. I fast forwarded all the adverts, so it cut everything down. It was good. It was all right. As
Nate has said several times on this podcast in the past, sometimes I just want to see a great big robot punch a great big monster.
And that happens.
That happens a lot.
The cool bit was activate sword. Oh my god, yeah, you did.
I mean, why save that right for the end if you had that up your sleeve all the time? But whatever.
No pun intended.
Nothing matters.
It came out
yeah, nice. Yeah. I'm just checking. He was Sean in EastEnders.
Thank you very much.
The actor's name is Robert Kaczynski, and he's from Sussex in England, and he's been in loads of stuff. He was in EastEnders, but he's going to be in. He may have been. He's going to be in Captain Marvel. Believe it or not.
Well, we get it. Look at my cheeky thing.
Yeah. I think I can tell you who you played in EastEnders as well.
Sean, I just said Sean.
Yeah, Sean Slater.
One of the Slater brothers.
Slater. He was a Slater, was he?
Stacey's brother.
Would you want to bring it back to Nerd? Because
please,
Kat Slater.
Yeah.
Wasn't she the Bionic Woman, or was it one of
the
other?
No, it was Kat's daughter Zoe.
Zoe Slater
Michelle
was
Michelle Ryan, I think.
Yeah, so she was the Bionic Woman. There you go.
That only lasted one season.
Yeah, but I'm bringing it back to Nerd. Come on.
Thanks.
Very
well done.
You saw The Alienist, Ben?
I did. Netflix, 10 episodes long, set in New York in like the 1890s, and it's all about how these alienists. An alienist is someone who, in that time in that country, would deal with someone or would help diagnose someone who had mental illnesses, basically, is what we call it. Mental health issues now.
Daniel
Bruhl.
Yeah.
Guy who should be the next James Bond, whose name I forget right now, but he played Dracula in Dracula Untold.
Oh, and crikey, he was Gaston in Luke Evans. Luke Evans is fantastic.
If he's not the next James Bond, there's something wrong. And also...
Dakota Fanning?
That's it, Dakota Fanning. Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
If you watched Mindhunter on Netflix,
I was going to say it sounds like medieval Mindhunter.
This is like that, but set in the 1890s.
Right.
In New York.
Okay. Yeah.
Honestly, it's really, really good. It's quite an eerie sort of serial killer, mystery crime thriller, and I loved it. It's great fun.
Ted Levine's in it as well.
Yes, he is.
I've just seen his IMDb list.
Who was Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ted Levine's great.
He is fantastic.
He's got that voice that draws like this.
And he plays a really unlikable character in this show as well.
Standard.
Yeah.
I watched Mission Impossible 5 last night. It's the first time I've watched it. Rogue Nation. So the Italian hadn't seen any of the Mission Impossible films, and the trailer for 6 has come out, and we're like, this looks amazing. I want to see it. And I'd seen 1 to 4. Cavill's punching. Yeah.
Cue Henry Cavill's
Yeah.
arms
He's
pumping.
hitting him hard.
Yeah.
Is he some sort of robot?
Can I ask a question before you go into this? Does anyone else think that when Henry Cavill punches people, he looks weird? His arms don't look long enough for him.
Untrue.
It might just be me, and if Rob is listening, he's going to hate me right now because he's got such a man crush
I
on
love
Henry
Henry
Cavill.
Cavill, yeah.
And I do as well. I love the man. He's beautiful. But his arms don't look long enough for his body.
It's probably because he's got such muscly shoulders
Yeah,
that it's probably pulling him down a bit. Yeah, that's what it is.
He's hench like I
He's
am.
hench, yeah. Like
He's
JB,
hench like you are.
yeah.
Henry Cavill models his body. Models
Yeah.
his body on you.
Anyway, MI5.
Yeah,
thoroughly enjoyed it. So we last
I
week.
think it's an awesome movie.
Yeah, last week we watched MI4 because the Italian hadn't seen any of the Mission Impossible films, and we went to my parents' house and we had a barbecue. And in the evening we watched a film, and we were like, "What should we watch? We want to watch some of the Mission Impossible films. I don't think you need to watch all 5 beforehand."
Nah.
And I know 3 has got the storyline with the wife, but you can jump onto 4 without knowing that, and you can get pretty much everything from it. So we started in 4. She really enjoyed 4, so we went for 5 as well yesterday.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed it. It's James Bond as it should be. It's dumb action, great, fast-paced, funny.
Yeah, it is. I think they're great. I would actually argue that you could bypass Mission Impossible and Mission Impossible 2 completely.
Yes.
And if you wanted to know where this character is going into Mission Impossible 6 or whatever it's called, Fallout or whatever, what have you, just watch 3, 4 and 5, which is, so 3, 4 is Ghost Protocol.
It is.
Ghost Protocol, is
Yeah,
that
it's
right?
Ghost Protocol, yeah.
5 is Rogue Nation,
Yeah.
and then the 6th one, watch Fallout. If you really want to know.
Yeah.
But you could literally just watch the last one, and then you'd be all caught up.
It was great because the first one is set in Prague, quite exclusively at the beginning.
Yes.
And I remember when we went to Prague, I was like, I recognise places here. This is reminding me of stuff. And then I was like, oh my god, it's Mission Impossible. And when we got back, I just then watched the first film. Like, I was on that bridge. I went to that place. It was great.
Did you smash that fish restaurant and run away?
Yeah, I
with the
did.
fish
Yeah.
kebab on the
But
floor?
all those places I've been to, and then and then this one had stuff set in Vienna at the opera.
Yeah.
We had lunch there, so it was like, oh my god, all these places I've been to.
You
and
had
stuff.
lunch at the opera.
Yeah, in Vienna, it's right in the centre.
It's how they do things. They're
We had
la-di-da.
some.
They're completely la-di-da.
We had some Sasha Tort there.
Oh, God. I'm just going to say that.
Bought my lucky pig from there. Anyway, go on.
I like it. I think the guy that plays the baddie, Sean Harris,
Oh,
is really
God,
good.
yeah.
He
It's great.
just scares me. And he was also in The Borgias. I don't know if you guys
Yes,
watched that.
yeah.
I'm aware of it, I
Assassin.
never watched it. Yeah.
He was good in that as well. I mean, he is a bit mumbly, but
that's
he
his-
scares the living shit out of me.
That's his selling point, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
his thing. Because he was in Jamaica Inn. He was the bad guy in Jamaica Inn. It got panned for that because
He's
he
that
mumbled.
guy who you've seen in everything.
Yeah.
He's one of those actors.
I think he was a drug dealer in what was the film with Michael Caine? It was basically the Michael Caine film of Gran Torino. Do you remember
Harry Brown.
Harry Brown? He was in that, I think. Or I may have just made that up.
No, you might be right.
Yeah.
You might be right. You might be wrong.
Evil.
No, he played Stretch in Harry Brown, I think.
There you go. Did you just IMDb it, maybe?
I'm on Wikipedia, baby.
Right, okay, that's good. Last thing on Nerdscene, Evil Genius.
Okay, so this is another Netflix show. I'm sorry, JB. You do need to get Netflix, mate.
You do.
Well, we talked about this last week.
I know
Yeah.
you did. Yeah, it's fine. Sunday night, I was doing the ironing, and I was like, oh, I'll see what's on Netflix, see what I haven't seen. I did think, oh, maybe I'll watch a bit of Rick and Morty. And when it came up, it was on the top of the home page, and it played the trailer for it. I cannot tell you anything about this show because it will spoil it for you.
Yeah, I saw the
It's
trailer on
It's
the
a
homepage,
documentary of a real-life crime that happened in America, in Erie, Ohio, or in Indiana, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That was a show.
In
It was.
2003, and it's the fallout from that, and you will not believe the truth of this show. It is absolutely unbelievable. It's really, really good, and I recommend anyone watch it. It's called Evil Genius, the true story of America's most diabolical bank heist. 4 episodes long.
Is it
About
only 4?
Yeah, about 50 minutes per episode. You like true life stuff.
Yeah,
I
no,
think you and the Italian would like it.
We saw the trailer and we were both sort of like, oh, this is interesting. And,
Honestly,
but we
really
were
good.
going to watch Mrs. Possible 5, so that was last night. So,
Fair.
but 4 episodes, I can do that.
And I
can handle that.
I did 2 on Sunday because I watched the first one. I was like, oh, this is good. I need to know what goes on next.
Yeah.
Second one was really good. Third one I thought was interesting, but it lulled a little bit.
Right.
But then the ending was like, oh my God. And then the 4th episode is incredible.
Right, okay.
Yeah, give it a go. I liked it.
Should we move on to the topic?
What is today's topic, Nate?
Today's topic is listener questions for us regarding the news that Jon Favreau's Star Wars TV show will be set 7 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Nice, very nice.
Thank
yeah.
you. Well, also we've got a Deadpool question in there as well. So
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah,
The question I asked, if anyone really wants to know, and just fill for me for a second, or I'll fill whilst I bring this page up,
okay.
because this is just taking too long right now, and I'm very, very sorry.
We were WhatsApping last night while I was cooking my butter chicken and drinking a lager, and you were like, well, how do we word this? What's the wording? And I sent you the wording. You said, yes, I agree, and then sent me 2 other drafts of it straight away after.
Well, I agreed in principle. So the question was, with the announcement of Jon Favreau's Star Wars TV show timeline, set 7 years after the Battle of Endor, and the upcoming release of Deadpool 2, which is today, what questions do you have about the future or past of these 2 franchises?
Okay, I've got a question for you guys first.
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, this is going to be a difficult one. I think.
No,
It is.
this will be
Ben,
fun.
can you answer first?
I'll
So-
go.
And I
I'll try.
concur.
So, Star Wars, generally speaking, most of the Star Wars films have someone or a thread through them about the Force and Force wielding and Jedis or Sith and that sort of thing.
Yes.
Should this TV show centre on people that are Force wielders, or should it be completely sidelined to that? Because even Rogue One had elements of that. You had the 2 guys who were the guardians of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Wills?
Yes, the Wills,
Something like
yes.
that,
And so they still had Force sensitivity. There was the Kyber crystals, which are lightsaber crystals that powered the Death
Power
Star.
source, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
all of that is still Force related around the Force, right? Darth Vader was even in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
So
You are
every
correct.
Star Wars piece of content so far is going to sneeze.
I think.
Uh-oh.
Bless you.
I'm so sorry.
I love that you hiccuped at the same time that you sneezed. That was a great. Yeah.
Sync
Yeah.
today. I feel like in the Pacific Rim, you know.
Oh yeah, right, yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
So, should this show deviate from what has become a standard for Star Wars? If you think about the TV shows that are in canon, you've got Rebels, which is all about young Jedi
Yeah.
in the Rebellion era.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about them, but they are the.
They're in it, yeah.
The Clone Wars is all about the Jedi fighting the Clone Wars. Okay.
Yeah.
All the movies are about the Skywalker lineage to some
Yeah.
degree. So what do we think? Should this deviate? Will Solo deviate from it?
Hang on, how many questions are you asking?
All of
Yeah,
this.
good
Should the
news.
Force be the crux of Star Wars? What is
I
it
don't
that
think
makes Star
with
Wars?
With Rogue One, I don't think it was necessarily the crux. It wasn't
Fair.
centered. There was I would say a small flavouring of it.
Okay.
It wasn't the main. The main thing was about them getting the plans. They didn't.
So-
know, there was a band of people that didn't have.
That's
this.
really good, actually. Yeah, yeah. So you could.
There's always that. Sorry, I'm doing like the salt thing.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah. The
focused.
Salt Bay. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
it's there.
Yeah.
There's an underlying tone. I mean,
I agree. Yeah.
But I don't. As long as, yeah, underlying tone. Done.
So is it
The Force exists in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, of course
So
it does.
to not have it in there at some point means that you're cutting it out because you want to be different.
Okay.
That's fine to do that, but I think there needs to be characters who may appear in or like drift into episodes and then they're not in it all the time, who are like Force users. So, for example, if this is set 7 years after the Battle of Endor, technically Luke could show up at some point, or you could have young Ben Solo, that sort of thing, showing up.
And it is the return of the Jedi, which means the Jedi have come
Returned.
back.
Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
they are in the universe now. We know the Force Awakens years later have shown that they have disappeared again.
Yeah. Well,
But there's a period.
Well, we had the Force Awakens, and we just, for me, this Snoke character just came out of
Snoke.
Sorry,
Yeah.
came out of nowhere. I was
Yeah.
like, well, okay, where's this dude been hiding
Yeah.
for? I don't know how long.
So you're suggesting that in the background it will always be there.
I
It'll
think
always,
that there will be something there. Well, this is they're kind of. It's the bit the Force Awakens, but we haven't. It just goes boom. There it is.
Yeah.
Rather than that build-up story to go to where we got to.
So he's
start the
suggesting
Force Awakens.
that's what this show should be, leading up to that. Should there? Because it's not.
It has to. I
The
think.
Last Jedi, the flashbacks of the Last Jedi are further on than that.
Yeah.
So if it was Ben Solo in this, he would be a young boy. a very young boy. He would be 5 or 6.
Ish.
So you could see that. You could see when Luke that has, his reservations about him tries to...
Well, you sort of see that in The Last Jedi, don't you? And that's what some people got a bit beefy with, the fact that Luke would even consider, even for a split second, killing this kid. And don't get me wrong, sorry, spoilers for The Last Jedi there. So I don't think they'd show that again. However, the only way I can think about this in my brain, because of how big the universe is, the only thing I can liken it to that I know and have seen is Game of Thrones.
Okay.
So what I think they might do is the main movies in the ongoing saga are now at the moment. No, sure, but they're dealing with the continuation of the Skywalker saga. Okay. So what this could do is it could slowly but surely build up how the Galactic Republic starts to rebuild itself, and how from the remnants of the Empire, the First Order started to gain a little bit of momentum and get bigger and bigger. So they're like, the First Order could be the underlying threat of the Star Wars show, like the White Walkers are on Game of Thrones.
Well, I have
Ben,
he's done well, but I have to blow your theory out of the water somewhat.
Son of a bitch.
Because they have
It's fine.
No, but it's a good blowing it out of the water, because they have actually announced something like that.
Oh, have they?
There's a show called Resistance that's going to be coming out, which is it's in the same vein as Rebels, in that was the birth of the rebellion.
Yeah.
There's a show about the birth of the Resistance.
Damn it!
Which
I didn't know
think
that.
might be CGI based. I don't know.
So this is not going to be anything to do with that then.
Don't know.
Okay.
But that's obviously...
What was the question? Should they be force builders?
Yeah, I
disagree. Maybe.
Right.
Yes.
Yes. What are the questions we've got? Question master.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to move my microphone. Excuse the sound that makes.
I will not.
Okay. Maybe you'll fix it in post. He will never fix it in
Of course
post.
you won't. Can't do it.
We Have a Hulk pod, which is at We Have a Hulk said. No, sorry, it's We Have a Hulk, which is at We Have a Hulk pod. Jesus.
Oh my god.
Reboot me, JB.
Agents and Agents of Child.
They said, will we ever learn Chewie's backstory? That fuzzy guy deserves some love.
Yes, in Solo.
Well, no, but in Solo, he's 170 something. Yeah. Now, when I saw this question, I thought it was great, but my brain went to the Star Wars holiday special.
Oh, jeez.
Where Chewie's trying to get home for Life Day to see his son Lumpy and his wife and all that sort of thing.
No,
it was cancelled. Well, they made it and they put it on TV, and then George Lucas banned every copy of it.
I think he said that he wanted to get his hands on every single copy of the show and burn them.
Right.
Because
bad.
it was the worst cash cow for Star Wars ever.
Right.
Had all the Harrison Ford and Luke Skywalker, it had Mark Hamill and
had Carrie Fisher singing.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
Just the worst thing ever.
But
worst.
I have never heard of this.
We'll show you a trailer for the Star Wars holiday special.
Is it going to burn my eyes?
Yeah, it's really awful.
It's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's an interesting story, an idea. But I don't know. Would we ever get a Star Wars story for Chewbacca?
No.
No, you don't think?
I don't think he's
we can't
enough.
understand him.
Yeah, you can't understand him. I don't think he's enough
subtitles.
of a main character.
Oh, yes.
No, he's not, is he? Really,
Nice pairing.
Yeah.
So maybe it's going to be, we're just going to see this. Chewbacca's life up to this point was terrible, and then Han saved him somehow. Life debt disappears with Han.
Yeah.
Job done. Sorry, we have a whole pod, but denied. Jack the Creature asked us a fake question. Then he asked us a real one, which is, I'd love to know what future you guys actually think the Star Wars franchise actually has. Currently, it feels like it's being milked before it loses too many fans. Each movie that has come out under Disney wasn't that well received by a lot. Is it just a matter of time? ? Now, I have to say that we got several questions sort of along this same line. All right, so Robert, which is at that Robster, said, "Do you think Star Wars is overkill?" Jim Bob Squarepants at Vintage GT said, "Will the future of Star Wars be as brain-numbingly shit as The Last Jedi?"
I love that Jim doesn't mince his words.
Oh my goodness.
Mark, which is at Mark_outer_cryo, said, "When will Star Wars end? Will it ever end? Will it ever break free from generic Disney?"
Okay, so can we answer all of those in one, I think?
I've got more.
Okay,
Sure.
okay. So Star Wars is never going to end now that Disney have got hold of it, in my opinion.
But will they keep going down the one movie a year route, or do you think they might start to break that up a little bit?
No, I think they'll break that up a bit. I think that the TV show, if popular, will become the mainstream.
Think so?
I think so, yeah.
Why?
Because it's less expensive and gets just as much money in.
I would agree. And it could actually bump their streaming service up massively, whereas a $300 million movie to make takes time and is expensive and sometimes isn't very well received.
Do you know what it could be like? And we never really do this comparison, but it could be like Star Trek. Now, Star Trek is slightly different in that it started on TV and went to movies.
Sure, yeah.
But Star Trek does not have a stellar, no pun intended, yeah, thanks, consistency of quality. It has some...
It has ebbs and flows,
It has
doesn't it?
some incredible TV and movies, and it has some truly, truly awful content. But we don't ever get on our high horses about, oh, it's ruined Star Trek forever. Do we?
I don't know if we're that kind of fan, though, because I know that there were some people when Star Trek Discovery came out that were so cross with what Discovery tried to do as a show.
Yeah.
Okay, they were like, do you know what? No, I can't be doing with this.
Yes.
I'm not having this.
And you will get that in all walks of life about all content, definitely.
Sure.
But what I meant generally, I think Star Wars is now taking the model that Star Trek had, or has.
Oh, it's looking towards it anyway.
Because we know that there are no other Star Trek movies coming out, but we
Yeah.
know Star Trek Discovery Season 2 is coming, so...
But doesn't Star Wars do some of that in the cartoon, not cartoon...
The CGI stuff, yeah.
Already?
Yes, it does, but it's considered kid stuff, isn't it? Where it's not really kid
No,
stuff,
it's not.
but I think a lot of people would look at it and think it was kid stuff.
But it's not shown on Sky One, or it's not shown on Sky Atlantic. It's
Or
shown on like the
Sci-Fi.
Disney Channel.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
but
Disney
then-
XD,
whatever it is, yeah.
But I think, and I guess this is where we talked about before, streaming services. You know,
Yes.
Netflix have got the new Star Trek.
Yes, they have, yeah.
So, you know, it's not... Is it open to the masses? I don't know how many people have Netflix compared to other streaming or other TV. But I think it's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I mean...
I don't think it's going away, Star
It will
Wars.
fill in all those... It will fill in some of the gaps that you have with the movies. So how did we get to here?
Yeah.
I'd like to know that.
Yeah.
And, you know, that you're going to be plugging in gaps.
Yeah.
And whether you can always constantly plug those gaps.
And it's got to be consistent. Now
Yes.
Disney have got the Star Wars story team, which is great. So it's literally a team of people who are only employed to ensure that all content fits with other content.
Yeah.
That's a genius move on Disney's part.
Absolutely.
Because it will keep all the fans happy, or it should at least.
Would you want to do
I
like that?
love that. All you got to do is read Star Wars books and comics and watch Star Wars TV shows and films all day.
God, I'd be a grueler, but I reckon I could do it
Yeah.
for a
I
bit.
don't know whether they could do it.
But also, I would also love the anal admin of having a whiteboard where you have to draw everything and fit everything into it. You know.
Yes, absolutely. That would be amazing. Yeah, it would be amazing.
So I don't think it's going away, and I don't think it'll be shit. I think it'll be Star Wars TV taken seriously.
I think that there will be a break in movies after Episode 9 and the next A Star Wars story. Because haven't I heard that possibly Obi-Wan might be ramping up?
Yeah, apparently
into
so.
production?
Yeah, I think you're right. There'll be a break.
So I think
yeah.
we'll get next. Is it next year? We're going to get Episode 9.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's next year.
And then the year after
it?
that, we'll
Yeah.
get another Star Wars story, which might be Obi-Wan, might be Boba Fett, who knows? Or might be Mandalorians,
Might
who
be
knows?
Solo too.
Might be Bounty Hunters, might be Solo too.
Depends how well it does.
Jabba.
But I think there might be then a break of a couple of years between different Star Wars movie properties. I don't think they're going to bounce straight into...
Oh, no, this is Disney. I know what you're saying. That,
Well, and we know that the guys who run Game of Thrones are being looked at to run... do some Star Wars films. We know that
Ryan
Rian
Johnson's got a trilogy,
has
yeah,
got a
yeah.
trilogy to come. But they're going to be a couple of years in the works, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
what other questions we got? I think we may have roundabout not answered that.
Good one from Jack and the Geeks Talk here. So it's at Jack Geeks Talk. When will they visit the Old Republic era or have a bounty hunter film or one from the Sith perspective? And Jar Jar Binks, just why?
So there's a few questions
When
there.
will we visit the Old Republic era?
Soon, I hope, because I think it's a great storyline to mine.
And there's so much untapped
So,
material.
do you know the
from
Old
that
Republic stuff?
setting.
So it's like medieval Star Wars, but because it's a long time ago already, it's still got
Technology's pretty much as
Technology.
it is.
yeah.
Okay.
So there were a couple of games called the Knights of the Old Republic, Knights of the Republic and Knights of the Republic 2. and it's set in that period, and there are a lot of Sith and Jedi, and there's like a very famous Sith that sort of takes over and stuff. It's really interesting. Cool. It's a really interesting era, and it gives you. It's just really.
Because it all looks and feels like Star Wars, but it's slightly different.
Yes, and you're given they're allowed to make it different because it's set like 1,000 years before.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So they can say, well, it is Star Wars, but that's different because.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would like to see that. In actual fact, I'm pretty sure, didn't we say that that's what we wanted Favreau's show to be, as like an Old Republic sort of era?
Yeah,
so now we know it's not going to be that.
Didn't we say that the guys doing Game of Thrones doing that would be good? Because they've done medieval, sci-fi, fantasy.
Yeah, sci-fi, fantasy and dragons means they can do the Old Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to back myself. We definitely said that. Don't go back and re-listen.
No.
Or do if you want to, but yeah, we definitely said that. What about a bounty hunter film? Or
Boba
one
Fett?
from I tell you what, one from a Sith perspective is a really interesting idea. What about if we had Star Wars Maul?
Well,
or
firstly,
Maul, a Star Wars story.
Firstly, you're not going to because that's dealt with in Rebels. You Philistine for not having seen it. But the point I was going to make on what you just said...
The point leading up to him appearing in Episode 1.
Every moment that he's in Rebels is captivating TV. So, yes.
Oh, captivating.
Yes.
Nice. Word.
It's really great. Spoilers, there's an episode with Obi-Wan, and it's great.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I might have seen a bit of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to see a Star Wars film from a Sith perspective? So, I've done Maul. You've jumped on that bandwagon. But what else would you like to see?
I want a new character.
What about Darth Vader? Just after, about 2 years after Episode 3 ends, and he's out there being his most Darthness. What about that?
Yeah, I'm full on for that.
That would be pretty good.
We want to see more Vader.
Yeah, everyone wants to see more Vader. Everyone wants to see more Vader. Because that's why they stuck him into Rogue One, right?
Yeah.
But was he the best thing about Rogue One?
No, we didn't say that.
I think I'm saying
it was nice to see. It was nice to see him.
But as soon as he's on the screen, everyone does that whooping. Yeah, it's Darth Vader. It's because I recognise that character and he's really interesting and really badass. So yes, I'm up for that.
He did walk down a corridor of about 30 rebels and go through them like a warm knife through butter.
So
yes, he did.
Which was pretty impressive to watch.
Fans would be... The Last Jedi would happen again if they did a Darth Vader TV series. Half the fans would go, this is the greatest thing in my life, and half the fans would say, you're ruining my childhood. / insert, I hate this.
Oh, well, you're probably right, yeah. You are probably right.
Any more questions?
Yeah, sure. This is a good one. So Benjamin Hall, which is at Ripper's Spot, said, is a separate timeline for Star Wars needed at this point after the scrapping of the original expanded universe? So that's interesting. So James, to explain what that means, the expanded universe is a bunch of comic books, games, TV shows, which when hang on, what TV shows?
Droids.
Droids. Okay, fine, yeah. So when Disney bought Lucasfilm,
Jamie's like, he got him. I hate that he got him.
Get him.
So when Disney bought Lucasfilm, all of that expanded universe content was rebranded as Star Wars Legends.
Right.
So it's not part of the canon anymore. It doesn't make any sense. We're gonna, because there's too many different stories that contradict each other, yada yada, etc., etc. What we might do is we're gonna put all that over there and say that's Legends content. It's his own thing, but it's not part of the canon, and we're gonna come up with new histories for these characters between this set of films and this set of films.
Yeah.
Really, really interesting. The only thing that I really, really would like to see that I'm aware of from the expanded universe, and again, I've mentioned this before, I haven't read it, but I'm aware of what it is there is an invasion from a different galaxy of aliens called the Yuzon Vong, and their technology is, it isn't like, what's the word? It's like carbon-based, basically. Right. So their technology is sort of like grown and it evolves and all that sort of thing.
So organic.
That's it. That's the word I'm looking for.
Thank
it's
you.
organic. It's organic technology. And like I'm pretty sure they've got technology that can either shut down or can make lightsabers really ineffective. And they attempt to take over the Star Wars galaxy that they live in. At like all the Outer Rim territories and then the core worlds as well, like Coruscant and that sort of thing. They go for it, and they don't succeed, but they kill an awful lot of people. Now, something like that would be awesome. And going right back to the beginning, your question, not your question, but your statement about Favreau's TV show happening around 7 years after the Battle of Endor, maybe that would be an interesting to bring in there. An invading alien species from a different galaxy coming in and being Borg-like.
It would be good.
Put Star Trek spin on it.
It would be good to have a new villain. And that links to the should there be Force wielders? So are the Sith the bad guy again?
Or any Sith that are there going, do you know what? We cannot just defeat these guys on our own.
You have to join together.
We have to join together to combat this evil.
My only issue is it's quite sci-fi, and I personally bracket Star Wars into a fantasy bracket rather than sci-fi. It is a bit sci-fi, isn't it?
Yeah. It wears both hats, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Yeah, interesting.
Cool. Very interesting.
Yeah.
So but what about a separate timeline? So what about a Kelvin universe for Star Wars?
So like how Star Trek's had two
different universes, yeah.
No, I don't like it.
No, don't like that
bin
at all.
it.
What about a universe where Luke Skywalker never blew up the Death Star?
Nah, bin it. Don't like it.
Okay.
So silly.
Yeah.
That's about all we've got, I think, for Star Wars
Have we
questions.
got a Deadpool question?
We
Should
do have
we
a Deadpool
end on a
question.
Deadpool question? Oh, okay. You've got to go. Have you got to go? Oh, JB's got to leave. Bye, JB.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.
By JB.
Bye, JB. Bye. Deadpool question, Ben?
Yeah, 20th Century Geek Pod, geek_pod, which is at 20th Century Geek. They asked, has Deadpool set a new standard for marketing and meta advertising? Could this type of marketing work for any other characters?
It could work for other characters that are aware of themselves as characters, that break the fourth wall.
But what other characters are like that?
She-Hulk?
Okay, fine.
Bye,
Damn
JB.
it. Bye, JB.
Bye, JB.
Yeah,
Bye,
see you later,
JB. Bye. It's doors locked. Oh, she's got it. Bye, JB.
Bye.
Bye, JB. Bye.
You keep talking.
Okay. Yeah, so She-Hulk, or there's another one that's in one of Warren Ellis's things, which I forget. Can't remember now. Nothing matters.
What about any DC characters that break the fourth wall? The only one that I could think of was Lobo, but I don't know if he does break the fourth wall. He calls himself the main man.
Yeah, he might break the fourth wall
Does he
sometimes.
break the fourth wall, though?
I think if someone else tried to do the meta advertising that 20th Century Geek Pod is talking about here, I think it would feel like a copy.
Completely, yes. I agree. But is there some other kind of meta advertising that it could do? So, like, it's aware of itself, or it's aware of incarnations that have come before. I mean, the only other thing that comes to my mind is, the Lego Batman movie.
Yeah.
That referenced in the trailers.
Yeah, that was good.
1966 and 1989.
That was, very funny. Yes.
Sort of thing.
Yeah. But that was sort of in continuity, self-referential. Whereas Deadpool was like, I know you're an audience, and I'm here to entertain you. Yeah, and in the latest trailer for Deadpool 2, it was, all right, shut up, Thanos, and you're so dark. Are you sure you're not in the DC universe? It's out of continuity.
I quite like that.
No, it's funny. It is funny.
I've got something else I want to think about. You keep going on this one. Keep going.
No,
on this one.
I just think it would be far too jarring and very much like a copy if that happened. Personally, although having said that, if they make a She-Hulk movie, which dear God I hope they do, I would love it if she broke the fourth wall and the advertising had her do that. I would love it if it was a normal trailer, normal, and then right at the end she turned to the audience and said, "Oh, by the way, I know I'm in a movie." And then the trailer ends or something, like really breaks it.
That'd be good.
What are you going to ask?
Deadpool.
Yeah.
The character.
Yeah.
Currently played by Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, I was going to say that. Yeah, the other thing I was going to say is you can't have this sort of meta marketing and advertising if you haven't got someone as charismatic and wonderful as Ryan Reynolds.
He is wonderful, isn't he?
Carry on.
Very beautiful man as well.
Yeah.
He is, as far as I'm concerned, the only character currently owned by Fox who should 100% move from Fox to Disney if that buyout comes, because that in itself is meta. The fact that he existed in one universe and then exists again in another universe.
And it would work because you could reference it, yes.
He'd reference it, it would be funny, it would make sense, everyone would understand it. Well, pretty much everyone. Everyone who needed to understand it would understand it.
And it's the only Fox Marvel property at the minute that's making a ton of money.
So do it.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, I'm sure Legion's making money.
I haven't seen any of season 2.
And I'm sure the X-Men TV series Gifted
I stopped watching that.
is making money, and I'm sure X-Men Dark Phoenix will make some money, but Deadpool is the cash cow.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I think that's the podcast.
I think so. We've done it. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a bit of a random topic.
It
This
is a
week,
bit of
but
random.
we had a bit of
I
fun.
don't care. Yeah, we had some banter. I hate that word. We talked. We chatted.
Yeah, we
we
did.
chatted. So Ben, where can people find us if they want to let us know how stupid we are, what idiots we've made of ourselves?
Wherever you find podcasts, you can find us on Podbean,
Yeah.
iTunes.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Spotify. Spotify. Yeah.
Other places. You can contact us on social media at facebook.com/nerdschatting, twitter.com/nerdschatting, instagram.com/nerdschatting. We're also on YouTube, which is youtube.com/nerdschatting. You can send us an email if you're that way inclined, which is nerdschatting@outlook.com.
It is.
We have our own website, which is nerdschatting.com. The podcast is hosted on Podbean, which is nerdschatting.podbean.com.
I think you said that already.
Yeah, but I'm saying it again
Okay.
just to hammer it home.
Right.
Tell them, and then tell them again.
That's good. Yeah. Tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them it, and then tell them what you just told them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's a presentation rule.
And the link from our website, if you go to nerdschatting.com/podcast, it links to the Podbean site. So any plays on that get picked up on that.
Excellent. That's good work.
Boom.
Next week we're going to be doing a Deadpool 2 review.
Probably.
I think so.
Yeah. I need to figure out when I can go and see it. I'm going to go and see it sometime this week.
I'm going to like it, but only on one level, and then the rest of it's going to be hated. Spoilers.
I'm so pleased you're going in with an open mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
pleased.
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. I've been Nate. JB's just gone, and this has been Ben.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.